Hello. Yes, it seems like this is working at the moment. Hello there. But yes, it seems to be working, at least for the moment. So, when last we left off, because, well, a lot happened. So, the last time we did this, we had just figured out the origins of Aloy. It turns out that Aloy was a clone of Dr. Elizabeth Sobek, the founder of Project Zero Dawn, the attempt by a team of scientists and engineers to essentially restart all life on the planet after the Pharaoh Plague. We also found out that she sacrificed herself to ensure that Project Zero Dawn would be able to function because the machine swarm was closing in on the Gaia Prime facility. So, herself in order to ensure that the machines wouldn't find Gaia, and basically end the very attempt to save the world before it had even begun. Unfortunately, and I'm going to be playing them, Ted Pharaoh seemed to have a bit of a problem. And I guess he had a bit of an existential crisis because these...
What are we going to plug into their heads, Les? A whole lot of history? A whole lot of so-called truth? A whole lot of noise? It's not pablum, Les. It's poison.
Hey!
I've been taking a hard look at the project. In the end, it's simple. It's clean. It's clear. Erasure. Addition. By subtraction. I can make it better, Les. With a single stroke, make it all go away.
Ted, you're not going to do something stupid, are you? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be having a bit of a problem with the whole concept of the Apollo subroutine. You're mentally stupid, did you? Except you did, didn't you, Ted? You did do something stupid, because otherwise we wouldn't be in this situation in the first place, now would we? Yeah. Watch this.
Unlocked out of core control. Alpha clearance overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance? Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm you, but I need you to listen, okay? To what I'm about to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the said system, okay? See, what this is about is... Stop trying to access the goddamn system. What I'm trying to say is... I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted. We've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No, we can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
Ted, it doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
A sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice. It's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard. Millennia of culture.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. Sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Emergency alert. Phantom house.
Yeah, that just happened. So, in case anyone didn't understand what the hell was going on there, allow me to fill you in. Gaia itself was made up of a bunch of AI subroutines. One of those AI subroutines was known as Apollo. The Apollo subroutine's job was to essentially act as the font of the sum total of all human knowledge from the thousands of years of humanity's history, culture, religion, everything. It was meant to kickstart the new generation of humans when life on the planet was restored. Unfortunately, Ted Farrow, who apparently doesn't know the expression "he who forgets the past is forever condemned to repeat it," thought that by erasing the Apollo subroutine, it would essentially erase, the mistakes of the past. Or perhaps, I think it'd probably be a better way to put it, his mistakes. Because obviously this fucker doesn't want anyone knowing about what exactly he did to basically bring about the destruction of the human race and life on Earth. So he deleted the Apollo subroutine. Every single copy. Which is why, in the world of Horizon Zero Dawn, the current pinnacle of technology is the bow and arrow. Because every single generation of humans that was spawned at the cradle facilities basically spent their entire lives in a kindergarten center being treated as children by the multi-servitors that were supposed to care for them, with no education and no survival skills whatsoever, and they were essentially forced back out into the outside world to fend for themselves. So if you guys didn't hate Ted Farrow to start with, I hope to God that you fucking despise him now. Because I, as a historian, and as somebody who is studying anthropology, I wish this fucker would die in the deepest pits of hell. There is a special place reserved in hell for scum like him.
He killed them all.
So this is why. This is why we were trapped in benighted ignorance for an innocent future. Blameless men. He never saw the slaughter in the Sun Ring. Everything these people achieved, all the knowledge of the old ones, evaporated, turned to dust, scattered to the void, like the Alphas themselves.
No. Not a void. When the hatch unsealed and scattered their ashes on the wind, it took them out among the world they made. The world we're living in. It's a monument to what they died trying to accomplish.
A monument to oblivion.
Not oblivion, silence. Hope.
Ted Farrow, you fucking asshole. Well, at least we got the Master Override now.
The Master Override. It's so small.
Now all you have to do is kill Hades with it.
Oh, was that all? He makes it sound so easy. Silence does have one last surprise for us, however. And, well, I don't know what you guys for everybody else who's watched, I don't know what your guys' opinion of Silence was to start with, but what is going to happen next might possibly change your perception of the guy.
Sound good?
try not to fall to your death. The master override doesn't override gravity.
So now we've just got to make the trip all the way back to there, I believe. I'm actually trying to remember how to get back up again. I think it's this way. No, I think I'm going the wrong way. Hold on. So, Kylie, and possibly everybody else, if they went back and watched the, I think it was part 6, remember how when we faced off against the corrupted behemoth in the Sun Ring, and when Silence came to our rescue in the Sun Ring, Helis referred to him as a traitor. Do you remember that at all?
Here.
For a moment.
What?
Our
Remember
journey
that.
has come to an end, Aloy. But before I go, I think I owe it to you to tell you the rest of the story.
Go on.
Some time ago, I admitted that I'd been involved with the eclipse. But I never told you the full extent of my culpability. The truth is, I was there at the beginning. I found Hades, Aloy, buried on that mountain, trapped in that shattered titan. And I served it.
What?
It promised knowledge and delivered such knowledge you have no idea.
And in exchange?
I helped create the eclipse, helped it build a cult, an army to do its will.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because your success depends on knowing this. When I found Hades, the first thing it wanted to know about was the Spire. Not Meridian. The Spire.
Hold on, Kylie.
Now why would that be?
Listen.
The Spire was created by Gaia.
Which part of Gaia?
Minerva. It's code-breaking module. Gaia built spires to transmit the codes that deactivated the Pharaoh robots, shut down their biomatter conversion systems. Hades wants to send a new transmission, to wake the machines, so they can devour the world all over again.
Yes. Based on what we've learned, that's my conclusion as well.
So the Eclipse, the robots they've resurrected, they're just a means to an end. An army to capture the Spire.
Yes. So Hades can exterminate life all over again. Unless you stop it.
I want you to tell me everything. Hades, the Eclipse. Everything.
It's a long story, Aloy.
Then get started.
It began with a focus, recovered from an ancient ruin, as yours was so many years ago. In my case, the device was heavily damaged. There was just a flicker of life in it. I spent weeks studying it, attempting repairs, until finally, I succeeded. A whole new dimension of perception revealed, right before my eyes. That's when I detected it. A faint signal. Out there, something was searching, just like I was.
A real kindred spirit.
I followed the signal to its source. A shattered titan, buried in the jungles of the Jewel.
So you thought it was a Titan? An old war machine?
I didn't know what to think. I'd seen such wreckage before. The Grave Horde, for example. But this was different. This was not quite dead. It couldn't speak when I found it, until my repairs gave it a voice. So began an exchange of knowledge. It wanted to know everything about our world, its tribes and machines. But the Spire was always its foremost concern.
What did it want to know about the Spire?
Its precise location, the surrounding geography, who controlled the land. Meanwhile, Hades revealed to me many of the intricacies of ancient technology. It bid me to recover and repair more focuses. Before long, I had a couple dozen up and running.
Enough to equip a small army.
The commanders of one, anyway. I didn't care. I was learning so much. Physics, calculus. You have no idea.
And the Shadow Karja? How did they become involved?
The Karja Civil War was a happy coincidence. A perfect opportunity.
An opportunity? That's what it was to you?
Yes. Overnight, half the tribe was in exile, desperate to win back Holy Meridian. Their religion made them easy to manipulate. All I had to do was present Hades as the buried shadow of their mythology. So yes, it was an opportunity. I arranged for High Priest Bahavas to meet with Hades. Helis was there as well. And so the Eclipse was born. Anything to win back Holy Meridian.
But Hades didn't care about Meridian. And neither did you.
We live in a world of fallen cities and vanished tribes. What were a few more? Besides, I was too busy setting up the cult's focus network to Hades' specifications. A thrilling technical challenge, especially with the alterations I included of my own design.
The ability for you to spy on them.
Yes. I may have been foolish enough to serve Hades, but I was never so foolish that I trusted it. I installed what the ancients used to call a back door in the network. Secret access, empowering me to monitor all activity and communications.
What made you turn on Hades? It certainly wasn't your conscience.
Actually, I was troubled the first time I saw the Eclipse raise an ancient war robot. With my technology. I questioned Hades about its intentions.
A little late.
Indeed. I'd already outlived my usefulness. When I completed work on the Focus Network, Hades summoned me to receive my reward. The next moment, I heard it broadcast my kill order. I've been a fugitive ever since.
So when did I come into this? Our path together?
When Olin stumbled on you. System threat detected. That got my attention. A kill order against a savage Nora girl? Why would Hades bother with that? But then I saw that this Nora girl was wearing a focus, and bore an uncanny resemblance to a great scientist of the old world. Helis moved quickly. I thought you were dead. But then I detected your focus inside the Nora mountain. The more I observed you, the more convinced I became of your extraordinary nature. And usefulness. Through you, I could finally discover the secrets of the Earth. I vowed to do everything I could to ensure your success. The rest, as they used to say, is history.
The things you've done in the pursuit of knowledge, Silence, pure recklessness.
Aloy, this wasn't a confession to elicit your judgment.
Unbelievable.
I've done all I can. From here on out, the rest is up to you. Take my lance. Fit the master override to it, and you have a means of injection.
Then I just need to get close enough to Hades' skull to stab it in?
Exactly.
Oh, no problem. Silence! Where will you go?
Elsewhere. And everywhere. There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
All this?
I leave it to you, of course. As it turned out, it was yours all along. I was merely trespassing.
So, your thoughts?
I have to tell Avad that the eclipse are ready to strike. After... What happened with Dervahl?
Now,
I know he'll defend the city.
okay. Allow me to give my thoughts. I can actually see his line of reasoning.
With this fire.
I can actually see his line of reasoning.
Task is complete.
Yes. The focus network is active, built to your specifications. Check it yourself if you must. I'll wait. But I remind you of the reward you've been withholding. Quantum processing.
Data has been compiled. Volume too great for transfer.
Oh. Inconvenient for me.
Come before me. You shall receive your reward.
Very well.
PLS. Threat detected inside.
Yeah, we can listen to those later. But as for my thoughts on Silence, I can actually see where he's coming from. Does that necessarily mean I agree with his motivation, with his methods? No, of course not. I don't agree with his methods, but I see why he did it. It's really all a matter of perspective. Because earlier on, he's talked about at length that he was a seeker of knowledge. That's what he does. That's just how he is. He is a seeker of truth, a delver of mysteries, you know, all that kind of thing. Now, him finding Hades would have obviously been a big deal, because, well, Hades is a machine of the old world. Or at least that's what he saw it as. He saw it as a machine, as a thing of the old world that he could use to essentially gain knowledge. Of course, the Shadow Carja would be nothing more than a means to an end. He was very much operating... In fact, a lot of the stuff he's done, even through the course of this game, he's been operating with the methodology of the ends justify the means. Him telling us about all the stuff to do with Hades and everything, and the Spire, like he said, that wasn't a confession to illicit judgment. What he was telling us was essential to the survival of the human race as it currently stands. Again, the ends justify the means. He doesn't care what we think, because at the end of the day, he doesn't want our sympathy.
This old place. I haven't been here in years.
He doesn't want
Wonder what
our
I can find.
judgment. He just wants to continue learning. The ends justify the means, after all. How can you gain knowledge from a dead world? Short answer, you can't. So, if he wants to keep learning, he's got to help us. One way or another, he doesn't really have much of a choice. Bit of an audio bug there. I've come back to this place because I just want to see something.
That area back there.
Ah, yes, I haven't been here yet.
Now that I'm older.
Okay, let me grab it.
This should be the last power cell
There we are.
to get to that ancient armor I found.
Oh, and there's actually something here. All good things. Ah, I see. Okay. But now that we've acquired all of the power cells, we can gain access to that ancient power armor that we've stumbled across like what seems like forever ago. But Silence is very much, well, he's logical. He doesn't look at anything with much of a sentimental attachment. When we were viewing the memorial to Dr. Sobek, for example, and afterwards, Aloy was obviously, heartbroken and, full of sorrow and grief, but him? No. He saw it purely from a position of cold logic. Because that's just how he is. That's the kind of person that Silence is. He's not the type of person to form any sort of sentimental attachment. Because let's be honest, why would he? Given the circumstances of the world that he lives in, why the bloody hell would he? He doesn't see the point. And to be perfectly honest, there really isn't a point. At least in his eyes. Because he's just trying to gain knowledge. Again, Hades was a good way of gaining that knowledge. Because, well, he was one of Gaia's AI subroutines. Silence might not have known about that, but that didn't matter to him. Because at the end of the day, Hades was willing to provide him with some knowledge. And knowledge was his foremost concern.
Those clamps have the armor locked in place. Maybe there's a way to power up the mechanism, release the clamps. Only 2 more.
So I might not.
Just 1 more.
You guys don't have to agree with his line of thinking. And to be honest, I wouldn't blame you if that was the case.
Last one. All powered up.
Now
to get the dials in position. There must be some kind of code.
90 degrees, that's... Okay, let's see. If I'm correct, those numbers...
They must be related to segments of a circle.
Yeah. So... Wait, no, hold on. 270, that should be this way, I think. 450. Wait, 360. Third one's 360, so that stays where it is. 450, I think, is that. 30 is down? No, that's not right. One moment. I need to figure something out. Sorry, just trying to figure something out. Bear with me. Oh, okay. Right, left, top. Ah, damn it. Right, left, top, right. Yeah, that's what... Okay, I actually had it almost right. There we go.
Let's have a look. Alright. Now let's see what we can do with this material.
Now, for some reason, Aloy doesn't actually seem to want to wear the actual suit of armor. Probably because it doesn't fit, I don't know. But what she can do is actually salvage the components. And that gives us the Shield Weaver suit. Now, the Shield Weaver doesn't actually have any modification slots, as you can see. But notice what's happened to my health bar? There's sort of a blue hue around the... So basically, what the Shield Weaver armor actually does is it essentially provides an additional layer of health, of recharging health. And that shield... So any damage that I take is drawn from the shield first and then drawn from my health. And the shield will recharge over time if I stop taking damage after a certain period. So it's a very, very useful piece of kit, particularly if you're going to be doing a New Game Plus run and playing the game on a harder difficulty setting. Now, this actually brings me to an interesting question. Do you guys want to see the ending? So do you guys want me to go straight to the final battle and complete the end of the game? Or would you rather see the DLC? Because this version of the game does come with the DLC pack, The Frozen Wilds. So do you guys want me to actually go and finish the game? And maybe come back to the DLC at a later date? Or do the DLC first and then finish the game? Yeah, there was only actually ever one DLC pack released for this game. The Frozen Wilds.
Don't mind the work. Better than worrying about my next meal.
We'll do a quick save. No, but regardless of what we do, we'll do a quick save.
Tried to kill the Sun King. Unbelievable.
Alright, that's actually, you know what, that's actually probably a good point. We're almost at the end of the game, we might as well finish it. Let's screw the side quests. I've basically skipped a whole bunch of the side quests because I really just wanted to focus on the narrative, because the story of Horizon Zero Dawn is absolutely fascinating. So, you know, we'll do the ending, and what we can do is I could just load up the quick save before the final battle. Like what I could do is I could finish the main story here, then go to the load up the quick save that I just did before the final battle, and then do the DLC. That is an option. For now, though, we've got bigger problems. We've got bigger things to attend to. We need to talk to the Sun King. What's this? Okay.
Aloy, what brings you to Meridian?
A threat. Helis commands a legion of fanatics called the Eclipse. They will attack soon from the west, with an army of ancient war machines. But that's not the worst of it. They'll bring a mind with them. God, demon, machine, whatever you want to call it. It's called Hades. And it doesn't want Meridian at all. It wants the Spire. And if it gets there, it will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. All will be lost. We can't let that happen.
I'm trying to understand, but my responsibility lies with Meridian.
Meridian isn't the target, Avad. You have to defend the Spire.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes. Send them to the Spire. Eren knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the city guard fortify the western ridge. There they can be seen to protect Meridian and the Elite, where the Spire rests.
Now, it will take time to prepare our defenses. Please, tell me what you know of our enemies. Everything.
I don't know about everything, but I'll tell you what I can.
Okay. So now we need to talk to Blameless Marad.
Quietly does it. Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival. Ah, Aloy. Preparations are underway on the ridge defenses of that Spire. Word was sent to every corner of the Sundom. Our allies offered their steel. Some came from Meridian, others the Shards. But many came from
Nice.
by name.
For me.
Don't be so humble.
I suppose all we can do is wait for the attack.
Exactly. It's not a feeling I cherish, but our spotters at Evening Sign report there's still no movement in the west. So, if there's more you need to do elsewhere, seize this time to do it. Otherwise, I've made the apartment of Olin Delverson available to you. You can sleep there, if sleep comes.
Okay.
Give him an outhouse and he'll act like the Lord.
I have a matter of grace and beauty I would like to discuss with you.
Don't care, didn't ask. I need to remember which way is... Okay, the ridge is here. Yeah, we'll fast travel there. It's easier. City of Meridian is sometimes a fucking maze.
So you must be Aloy then. I thought there'd be more of you.
More of me.
Thicker, I suppose. More of a gear wheel, less of a ringlet. Don't get me wrong, you're very well struck.
Do all Oseram flirt at the most inopportune times?
Inopportune? Battle hasn't even started yet. Petra Forge woman. I hail from the Free Heap. I'll be heading back in the next dust storm. Murad asked me to check over the city arsenal first. Cannons have aged well, but I've cleared their throats so they can really roar.
Can I try one?
Everybody wants a turn. Have at it then.
Right, let's take a look at this. So I don't really understand the science behind this. I'm assuming this is some kind of... I'm guessing this is supposed to be a vacuum. But basically, you draw in the ammunition. And then do that. See if we can hit that target.
Nice and wide. No need to aim it like a bow.
Yeah, basically fires explosive ball.
Try the next.
Oop. Just gets hit by the thing, doesn't even give a shit.
See? That'll knock a machine on its ass, ancient or no. With these, I think we could hold off an army.
I love how one of the shots we made, like, hit her, but she just did not give a fuck. Hey, I remember you. Teb. Shit.
I told you I'd be here.
You did, Teb. But have your wounds even had time to heal?
If I fought, I'd probably come undone. But don't worry. I'll leave that to the other Nora at the Spire. I brought supplies instead. These Karja have made me an honorary quartermaster, whatever that means.
It sounds impressive.
I could get used to it. We'll be setting up caches of arms and medicine under these banners. Look for them when the fighting starts. Aloy, when you went into the mountain, did the goddess tell you our chances?
She didn't need to. I know we can do this, Teb.
Maybe we can.
Knew it was only a matter of time before an Oseram.
Ooh. Oh, another data file's been repaired. More of these text logs will actually become revealed over time. In fact, a good chunk of them actually get revealed after you finish the main story, so yeah, well...
Life. I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
The thing I do want to point out though is, after all of this, the game does actually leave the story. There's sort of two ending scenes, like cutscenes almost. But one of them in particular, I'm not going to spoil it, but one of the two ending cutscenes does actually leave the game on a very, very nice note. And it actually leaves the game on a very on a note that I really think more people need to actually pay attention to. Certainly in today's world, it's something that I think that more people should actually think about. But we'll get to that when it happens. For now, though, we need to make it to the Spire. We need to go up to the Spire to review the preparations for the defense of the Spire. Now, the reason that to remind everybody, just in case you're still not 100% sure, that is the Spire. That is the thing that Hades wants, because that is one of the control towers that was used by the Minerva subroutine basically to shut down the Pharaoh war machines. But Hades wants to use that spire to reawaken the Pharaoh robots. Hey, Val!
Greetings, Aloy. Don't. You don't need to bow. The Anointed doesn't like it.
She doesn't much like being called anointed either. It means a lot to have you here, Varl.
I gave my word.
So, Meridian, what do you think?
I've seen many new things since I first met you. I should thank you.
Varl, what's wrong?
You really want to know? All right. I'm in a foreign land, a tainted land, defending a faithless city that looks like nothing I've seen. From something I can't imagine. And you, after all that's happened, all you've done, I feel like I should drop to my knees and worship you, but I know you don't want that.
Boy, things are pretty tough for you, huh? Thanks for telling the other Nora not to bow. It's the last thing I need.
Don't be too hard on them. They only joined this fight because the Anointed did it so.
Is that why you came?
No. I would have come just to see you one more time. And we must fight a metal devil, because the goddess says. Or because you say.
I think the goddess and I are in agreement. We're both glad you're here.
So am I.
I feel like the ultimate irony of the whole thing with the goddess is that there technically is a goddess. Gaia.
It rises taller than the highest tree.
These cards are in their frilled armor look like turkeys.
But there are so many.
War Chief Sona. War Chief, you seem uncomfortable.
The Nora do not belong here. I do not belong here. I will fight the metal devil that threatens us all, but my place is in the sacred land. The wrongness here jags at me like an arrowhead.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Do not be sorry. This will be ended. My spear, my word.
I can kind of see where she's coming from. She spent her whole life in the sacred land, never really venturing far outside of it. And to be in a place that she's never been to before, which to her feels tainted, you know, according to the customs of her tribe, yeah, I can understand it.
They call themselves the Eclipse.
What does that even mean?
It's when the moon gets in front of the sun, idiot.
Is that supposed to sound scary or something?
I don't know. They used to be Karja. Karja are always yammering about sun and shade.
Well, if they used to be Karja, how tough can they be?
Yeah, they're best guys just like birds. We'll rip their little feathers off.
And let's not get cocky, boys. Aloy. So here we are again, gearing up for a fight. Only this time it sounds like the bad guys have a lot more firepower. What are we up against, really?
I'm not sure. But there's gonna be a lot of them, and they'll have machines. And if they get past us, it's not just Meridian that will fall. The rest of the world will go with it.
That's big. It sounds like our kind of fight. Right, guys? Well, where do they put the Vanguard?
At the front of the line!
And why?
Steel before iron!
And what are we gonna do?
Hit him like a hammer till he can't hit back!
Damn right! You hear that? Nobody's getting past the Vanguard. We're here for Meridian. And we're here for you.
Thank you, Aaron. Ursa would be proud.
Well, only if we win.
Yeah, he wants a piece of my ass. What? It's true. You know it to be true. We're back? Wait, really? Oh. Well, I mean, if we're back, then... let's just keep going then, I guess. I mean, it's not like you guys missed out on anything important when the stream was lagging. I was just fast traveling to the campfire and that so I could save. So it's not like you guys missed too much. I could probably just cut out the bit where it actually where the stream stalled. So it's not a complete loss. Wait.
Get out of the streets. The enemy is here.
Yeah. And I mean, we're not too far off from the end of the game anyway. Again, we just got the final battle.
Feels...
and then that's pretty much the end. Well, aside from the cutscene, the two cutscenes.
Did I leave anything unfinished?
Alright, this is it.
Elizabeth, with a weight like this pressing on you. How did you, Rost, after you lost your family? Silence? Are you there? Guess I shouldn't ask ghosts for advice.
Guess I shouldn't ask ghosts for advice. Wise words indeed. Wise words indeed.
Ma'am, there are signs from the west. Sun King Avad awaits you at the Temple of the Sun.
This is it. Now, I will be doing this. I am doing this on the easiest difficulty setting because again, I am focusing on the narrative here, but still.
Massing forces for the long march to the city gates.
But it's not with smoke.
And what is it?
The end. Or how it begins, anyway.
Holy shit! I forgot about that. And yeah, the Eclipse have amassed an army of Deathbringers and fucking Corruptors. Quite literally hundreds of them.
The Deathbringers you spoke of?
To the guns! To the guns! Now!
By the sun, do as she says! Set loaded! All of you!
God damn it, Kylie.
Hold them back.
Oh, Jesus, I forgot about that. That scared the shit out of me. Look who it is.
Helis!
No! Rally the vanguard. Send reinforcements.
Aloy, no!
We need those guns.
He will cut you down!
Not this time!
You have vexed me long enough.
Should have fought me in a sun ring.
Right, you know what, just to make this at least a little bit of a challenge, let's actually... Oh, we are playing this on easy difficulty. Okay, I thought we were still I thought we were playing on story. Okay. Never mind. Oh shit, he's got a Deathbringer gun. Okay, he wants to go. Ow! But yeah, you can see, now that I've got the Shield Weaver armor, it actually draws, the shield draws from, any damage that I take is drawn from the shield before drawing from my actual health. Okay, yeah, this isn't the best idea. Drop the gun. I mean, this fight's relatively simple. You just need to keep typing this guy.
It's giving way. Locked again.
Nothing. Oh god.
What are you before the terror of the sun?
The one who will take you down.
Oh, he's nearly dead. Yes.
I am chosen. This was not meant to be.
I hope this hurts, asshole.
Chosen. Hades only chose you because you're a fool. A sadistic butcher too stupid to see you were being used. Your whole life was a failure. And soon, no one will even remember you. Turn your face to the sun and think about that.
Yeah, I hope that hurts, you fucker. What? You lot have done the same. Don't give me that. Right. Well, we've dealt with Healus.
Should have brought a cart.
So now we need to get down here and assist the defenders on the ridge against the
Where do you need me?
Take up a camp on the platform.
Nope, need to aim just a little bit higher. Not quite, come on.
You hear when that hits?
There we go, now we're talking, we've got the range. Whoa, hello. Okay, there's one. Oh, God. I mean, this part is essentially just a shooting gallery, so I mean, it's not that difficult. Even on harder difficulty settings, this wouldn't be that tricky to do. At the same time, though, you still don't want to get hit by anything like the death-bringing missile launchers.
Gotta get to another platform.
Oh god, yep, like that. Oh, Jesus. Right, okay. Should pick up the cannon from here. This is a much better firing position. Whoa, that hurt. Bet that hurt, you bastard. No! What? Oops. Didn't actually mean to hit myself there. This did the job. Oh my god. How many machines is that? Oh, we still haven't dealt with the Deathbringer on the from the south.
It's taking a shot at me.
Yes, I can see that. Oh god. Right, okay. Deathbringer there is taken care of. Ow! Bollocks. Bollocks. Yeah, you like that, don't you, bitch? Hang on, buddy, I've got you. Yep, here comes more of them. Oh shit, there's another fucking Deathbringer. Oh god! And of course the bastards start targeting me. Oh my, ow! Jesus, thank god for the shield weaver. Oh! I must have gotten knocked back by the concussion attack. Oh, we got the range, Okay, keep up the fire,
Gotta drop it and move.
Oh my god. Okay, that was a bit of a panic shot. How's hell treating me so far? Treating me well so far. I've actually been doing pretty decently. Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, that hurt. I mean, this section of the final battle is essentially just a big shooting gallery, so I mean, it's not that difficult to know. Me and my big mouth. Okay, these guys are proving to actually be relatively simple to hit with the cannon. Oh, bollocks, corruptors. Okay. And there's another Deathbringer all the way back there. The great thing about the cannon is that you don't actually need to charge up a full salvo in order before firing. You can fire shorter salvos. Okay. Is that a? That is a Stormbird. Oh shit!
Time to go.
Oh, and it's a corrupted Stormbird just to make things even worse. Come on, almost got it, come on. Down it goes. Ow, shit. Where is it? Okay, there it is. It's dead now. That's right. Okay, now we need to take up a Deathbringer all the way over there. We've really got the range. Yeah, this final fight is very similar to the sort of final stand in Bioshock Infinite. It's very similar. I'd love to stream that game, but YouTube won't let me.
Here it comes. Better move.
Yeah, you're not wrong. There we go. Is that all of them? Well, that's all of them for now, but of course we have the cutscene. No, it's actually the game, because the Bioshock games, well, they involved, you had the thing with the little sisters. You know, killing or saving the little sisters. So technically, that's actually not exactly compliant with YouTube guidelines. So it's both YouTube and the developer in that sense. This is I do hate this though, and this is kind of a cliche that pops up in a lot of these kind of games. The whole thing where you have like the final stand, you know, you defend the wall, you know, they say like defend the wall and all this other crap. So you defend the wall for a while, and then the game just decides, right, that's enough, you've defended the wall enough, but now we need to advance the plot along.
Take care of the other step.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with this kind of thing in the story too much. I don't have so much of an issue with it, but when it works, and to its credit, it does work very well in this game. But there are other examples where it just doesn't work very well. But now Meridian... Oh, shit! What the fuck? Oh, there's a bloody, corrupted longleg over there. There we go. Ow! Shit, okay. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Come on. We are grabbing the medicinal herbs for a very good fucking reason. I may have the shield weaver armor, but we are still going to need it.
Save these for the trail. It's begun. Hades is transmitting.
I love this shot. This is a bloody good cutscene. Look at the size of the Deathbringer compared to these tribesmen. That right there, that was the biomass conversion system in action. That was what it looks like.
It must have gotten through the defenses. Aaron's vanguard. I have to get up there. Keep going. Keep pushing. Knew this wouldn't be easy. So no holding back.
Why would they put climbing puzzles in the middle of the fucking path? Why do they have to make this difficult?
Aloy! It's Aloy! Well, you can see that. We thought you'd fallen at the ridge.
No, the ridge fell on me. Look, there isn't a lot of time left. I have to face Hades.
Not alone.
My fight. I can't ask you to come with me.
We were about to go over the top anyway, right?
Right.
The metal devil must fall.
I should stock up. Last chance.
Yep, this is the last chance for us to actually stock up, so... Got everything I can. Let's go. Time to face Hades.
Arrival of Entity has been anticipated. Entity will not halt transmission. To contrary, calculations are precise. Presence of Entity has been accounted for.
Yeah, I would have thought I would have noticed a massive Deathbringer standing right next to me. Except it's actually a lot worse, because that's a corrupted Deathbringer. First thing we're going to try and do is take off those massive cannons on its back. Ow! Ow, ow, ow. Thank God for the shield user armor. Right, there's one. Oh, no one else can get support. Shit, I missed. Well, that definitely did a number on it. Oh, I think I just knocked off one of its sensor systems.
More of them on the way.
Take them out first!
Trying to get this thing to... Yep, like that. Trying to get it to overheat. Ow, 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 ow. Yep, shield's taking a bit of a beating, but it seems to be working. Right. Come on, almost. We've almost got it. Come on. Come on. Yes!
It's down. Time to do what you came for.
We got them! Fight her well, they are struck down!
So, Hades. You're not so tough now without your friends, are you?
System threat imminent.
I'm more than a threat.
Yeah, no kidding. Also, ow, that cannot be good for her system.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Purging extinction protocol.
No, actually, this isn't round 2. That's it. Yeah, that's it. The fight was with the corrupted Deathbringer that Hades activated. But we've done it. I mean, how are you going to fight an AI? Let's be real. How are you actually going to fight an artificial intelligence? You really can't. That'd be like trying to find an abstract concept. It's completely futile. I love that. He actually hugs one of the guards because he's just like, thank fuck we're safe. How Elizabeth Sobek said that she wanted to go home? Yeah. Watch this.
Okay, Gaia. Sorry about that. Where was I?
You were telling a story.
Right. Yeah, so, like I was saying, it was a children's electronics kit, but I hacked the wiring to an auto battery and solar PV. So the grass caught fire. And, so did a tall pine that had stood there, I don't know, maybe 100 years.
Query. You were how old?
6. My mother was home, thank God, so she called the fire department, and after, she took me out to the lawn and showed me the dead baby birds, because there were nests in the pine tree.
Query. What did you feel?
I'm not sure. I remember yelling that I didn't care, and that's when my mother took my face in her hands and spoke.
Query. What did she say?
She said I had to care. She said, Elizabeth, being smart will count for nothing if you don't make the world better. You have to use your smarts to count for something. To serve life, not death.
You often tell stories of your mother, but you are childless.
I never had time. Guess it was for the best.
If you had had a child, Elizabeth, what would you have wished for him or her?
I guess I would have wanted her to be curious. And willful, unstoppable even. But with enough compassion to heal the world. Just a little bit. Anyway, that's all I've got for now, Gaia. Time to tuck in.
I wish you a pleasant sleep, Elizabeth.
Thank you. I'll catch you tomorrow.
She said she wanted to go home. And she did. And that is the end. That is the end of Horizon Zero Dawn. I honestly think that this game probably has one of the better examples of video game storytelling I think I've ever seen. It starts off beautifully with a narrow focus on Aloy's personal struggles, trying to figure out who she is, what her place in the world is, and ultimately expand with the scope of it expanding outwards to encompass the fate of the entire world. And the secrets and mysteries that led to the creation of the world that we just took a trip through. I won't say it's the best video game story of all time, because that is a very subjective view. Everybody's going to have their own different opinions on what constitutes the best video game story of all time. But I will say that in terms of some of the better examples of video game storytelling that I've seen, this easily ranks in my top 5. In fact, I'd actually even go so far as to say that the story ranks in my top 3 favorite video game stories of all time. Because one of the things that this game doesn't do with its story is try to beat you over the head with it. It doesn't treat you like an idiot. It actually explains a lot of the important concepts that are central to the narrative as you progress. And that's the thing. The story naturally progresses as you explore and discover more of the world. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, this live stream playthrough I skipped a lot of side stuff. Like, I legitimately skipped a lot of side stuff that I felt wasn't 100% central to the main narrative. But there's a lot of very interesting side stuff that takes place throughout the game that helps build upon the world of Horizon Zero Dawn. And I think that message at the very end of the game is probably a good way to leave this story off. People need to be willful. People need to be unstoppable, but have enough compassion to heal the world. Because let's be honest, in this day and age, we kind of need people like that. We need people that are willing, unstoppable, but are compassionate. Because God knows there's not enough of that around these days. Especially given current events. There's a lot of bullshit in the world at the moment. A lot of horrible things. But we as people, as humans, have the power to make a change. There's that old expression, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And if we're going to be changing the world, if we want to make the world better for the next generation, we have to take that first step. If we stay in one place, we're not going to fix anything. And if we're not careful, we could... I mean, this is an extreme example, but if we're not careful, we could end up in a situation like what happens in Horizon Zero Dawn. In a backwards tribal society, where we're struggling to survive in the face of monumental adversity. We need to serve life, not death, as Elizabeth said. We need to make a change. And that's why in a lot of my previous streams recently, I've been ending it off with saying, take care of yourselves and be kind to one another. Because kindness is a commodity that is priceless. And there's not enough of it going around these days. And you might... some of you, I understand, are young. And some of you might be sitting there thinking, well, how the fuck can I possibly expect to make any kind of changes? Well, you don't necessarily have to do anything huge. You don't have to come up with a cure for cancer or, end world hunger or anything like that. I mean, those are good goals to aspire to try and achieve, but you don't have to. Even the smallest positive change can make a monumental difference in the long run. In the short term, it might not seem like much, but in the long run, a simple act of kindness to your neighbor, or even to a stranger, could change the world. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't actually seem to realize anymore. There's a lot of people out there that seem to think that doing big things are going to change the world. And, make it a better place. But you don't have to do anything huge to make a positive change. You just have to be you. You just have to be kind. Whether it's to your family, your friends, your neighbor, hell, even your dog, or whatever pets you have. Just being kind is more precious than all of the gold and diamonds in the world. So, like I say at the end of every stream, take care of yourselves and be kind to one another. Because God knows the world needs it now more than ever. There's actually a speech that I remember hearing from a U.S. Navy general, from U.S. Navy admiral, and he was addressing a group of new U.S. Navy cadets. They just graduated from the Naval Academy, and they just become cadets in that. And he made a speech talking about how to change the world, and he put in a very good point regarding that, because like I've said multiple times already, you don't have to do anything huge to make a positive change. And the thing he said that's always stuck with me, and I'm imparting this on to you guys now because I think it's very good advice. If you want to change the world, start by making your bed. It sounds silly, but allow me to explain. By making your bed, or doing simple tasks like that, you are showing that you are willing to make a change that day, to do something good. Tasks around the house shows that you're ready for whatever life throws at you that day. So if you want to change the world, start by making your bed, and then go from there. You could be the smartest person in the world or the dumbest person on the planet, but that doesn't mean you can't make a change. And I think this game, and this is the big reason why I think that this game is a great example of video game storytelling, is because it has that sort of theme in mind. I mean, Aloy started out at the beginning of this game as a simple girl, as a simple outcast in the Nora tribe, among the Nora. And yet, look at what she did at the end there. She basically killed a god. Or at least what the people of this world would consider a god. And she's just a simple Nora girl. But she is still capable of greatness. Okay, so this is the credits for the Frozen Wilds thing, so we're just going to skip that. Hello, Silence.
Hello, old friend. Remember me? We've still so much to discuss. So much you never revealed. Your masters, for example. The ones who sent the signal that woke you. Knowledge has its rewards, don't you think? Well, let's begin.
Yeah. You didn't think we were done with him yet, did you? You really didn't. What was that final machine, Ken? That was a BOR-7 Horus-class Titan, known to the people of the Nora tribe as a metal devil. And that's it. That's the end of the main story of Horizon Zero Dawn. I honestly think that last little cutscene is actually a... yeah, it's a beautiful way to actually end off the main story. Because it leaves it open beautifully for the second game, which should be coming out within relatively soon, I think. Horizon Forbidden West, which Silent actually makes a reference to. He makes a reference to the Forbidden West at an earlier point in the game. But yeah, that's the end. That's the end of Horizon Zero Dawn. And honestly, I think this ending is a beautiful way to end it off. No official release date, just sometime in 2021. So yeah, sometime this year. So yeah, I wasn't too far off. Sometime this year. But with that being said, as much as I'd love to continue this, I honestly think that's probably a very good place to end this off. Like, this has been one hell of a beautifully done game. But we still aren't quite done yet. Because we still have the DLC to attend to. So, I'm not 100% sure when that will be. It could be in a few weeks, it could be a few months, I don't know. I won't give you a time frame, but that will be soon-ish, possibly. But, with that being said, I think this is a good place to end it off. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough, even with all the problems that we've had over the time that I've been doing this. I mean, if it wasn't for all of the internet problems, I would have been able to finish the stream session a hell of a lot sooner. If it wasn't for all of the complications that I had. But I'm glad that we finally got at least the main story done. But with that in mind, remember just bear in mind what I said during the credits. Because again, I feel like both the lessons that the game has taught us and what I've said is really advice that a lot more people need to actually pay attention to. But with that in mind, thank you guys for watching. Yeah. But yeah, with that in mind, thank you guys for watching. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to one another. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you all next time. Catch you later.